Good morning. And guess who wanted to join us in studio today? Give me a second. Let's get our Instagram live set up. Okay, go live. All right, we're good. Good morning and welcome to another G Spot experience with your girl Germaine. And I have a special guest for our coffee break today, Penny, who decided she didn't want to get down on the floor or go lay in her bed. She decided to lay in my arms, right? Well, Penny will be joining us on this coffee break today. And good morning, Jetsy. How are you? Good to have you. And say hi to Penny. Say hi. You saying hi to everybody? Okay. All right. She just want to rest. So today we're going to be talking about your yes has weight. Your yes has weight. That is the brew of the day. So as others are joining in, I hope everybody's doing good. I hope you had a great day yesterday and hopefully even a better one today. I know where we are, it's raining, but that's okay. Rain doesn't stop anything, it just waters life, whatever needs to be watered. And so, right now, let's get into it because I don't want to hold you long. I got quite a few book projects I got to close out. And yes, some of those book projects, good morning to Neria, just talking about your book project, has hit Amazon, the cookbook. Putting It Down in the Kitchen is on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. Yes, long time coming, but well deserved. It is a beautiful designed cookbook. And yes, your girl, I'm in it. For someone, my mama said, that girl can't boil water. Look at me now, mom. I'm in the cookbook. And even made the front cover with some of my recipes. Yes, your daughter. Anyway, make sure you go to Amazon, or you can actually let me put it in the post. Let me put it in a on top of the screen actually, where you can purchase that book. And not to hijack this coffee brew today, but we'll have the author who orchestrated this book, Dr. Teneria Drummond Smith. She will be in studio with us tomorrow, and it will be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So, but let's get into this message. I am going to put up the website so you know where you can go. So, bear with me one second. I want to allow you to go and purchase a few things. Books. Yes, I have quite a few books coming to market. And so, just had another book, Winning God's Way, by my first time working with this author who's a pastor out of Georgia, Pastor Shawana Reed, and we're excited about her book. It is pretty much taking you through a journey of winning God's way, and there's 10 chapters that will apply to your life. But all right, now that we got those out the way, I'm excited about my authors and their journey. And so let me put this up really quickly. I want to just share with you where you can go and visit to purchase those books. Um, Under the tab, let me do this. Under the tab, book buy. All right, let me get into the message today because the message today is really good. It's talking about your yes has weight. Thank you for the congratulations on new books coming to market. So thank you so much for sharing that with the community. Um, and yes, 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 Taneri, we have put it in the atmosphere that we are believing God to make this cookbook, Putting It Down in the Kitchen, a number one. Let me just pull up a few. See what y'all making me do? Y'all making me shift a little. But hold on, let's talk about this because it's exciting. And then we'll get into the message. Your yes has weight. Okay. And so hold on one second. Let me see if I can share a few of these images um for these new books that's coming to market. That's actually, give me a second, give me a second, you know. Hold on one second. Um, but while I'm pulling up these images, I really want you all to think about, once again, I want you to think about, does your yes hold weight? And the reason I'm asking the question like that is because sometimes we give away our yes and not really think about the weight that it carries. And so, if you give me a second, I just want to share a few books that we are excited about that has reached the market. And um, this is the first one, Winning God's Way. Great book, Principles to Living a Victorious Life, Winning God's Way. So that book is newly released, and the official release date for that book is tomorrow. So make sure you check that out. You can also check us out on our website. And then I also want to really quickly, before we get into our message, let me share this Dr. Teneria's cookbook that is on Amazon. And we are super excited for you all to go and get a copy. And it's at a special rate right now. So please make sure you go in and get your copy now, because when I say this book is a beautiful book, fully colored gloss paper for you to really get these recipes, you're going to really enjoy this. So give me a second. I just want to pull this one up, and then we're going to get into this message. And I promise I won't hold you long. I won't. But the message is going to be good. And so I want you guys to think about some things, okay? Thank you, King Hayes, for joining in this live. Give me a second. I'm just sharing some authors whose books are coming to market. And we believe that these books, too, will become another bestseller for Hope of Vision Publishing. So give me a second as we share with Teneria's book. All right. Bear with me 1 second. Let's bring this up. So, hold on. Give me a second. I got a lot of files on this computer, okay? Laura just covered his computer. There's a lot of files on this computer, a lot of authors' works. Okay, so hold on 1 second. Let me pull that cover so you know what that book will look like, so you can go and make sure you get your copy. Okay, here we go. Uh, uh, let's see. Hold on. I know. We're coming. Okay, hold on. All right. All right. All right. So we're just gonna put this up really quickly and share this with you. And then I promise I'm getting into the message. But I want to celebrate. My authors. So this is the cookbook, Putting It Down in the Kitchen. We are excited. Go get your copy. It is at a special rate right now, $28.99. Go get your copy because it's going back to the original price. But we want to make sure you get it. Get it now. I'm telling you. And yes, I'm celebrating myself also because, like I said, thanks, Mom. Your girl has made a cookbook, right? With a group of 10 other home chefs. And hey, each one of us 5 recipes each. So make sure you go check that out, okay? Easy to do. So once again, we are hoping, and with your support, we know we can make #1 bestsellers out of these books. Okay, now that we've got that out the way, and tomorrow you can meet Dr. Teneria. And so, yes, the dog is very tired. She actually got dropped off today, and now she's attached at the hip. So, but let's get into this message because I think this message is really, really good. And so, the message today, like I said, is your yes has weight. And so, if you know how we do, we take a pause and we pour in a purpose. And so, today is just a simple reminder, but it's powerful. Your yes is not just a word, it's an agreement. So I don't want you to think that every time somebody asks you something, you feel that you have to say yes to it. Keep these things in mind of it's an agreement that you're coming into partnership with committing yourself to someone by saying yes, right? It carries energy, intention, and spiritual authority. So we just think yes is a three-letter word, and it doesn't, have no weight to it, or it's like, yeah, I could do that. And a lot of times some people break their promises because they don't live up to that yes. And then sometimes people do. So I want you to start looking at the word yes in a different perspective, at a different vantage point, at a different view angle, whatever. But I want you to look at yes, it holds weight. So let's get into this. So the real question is, what are you saying yes to that you should have paused and prayed on? Yeah, think about that. Take a moment, just think about that. So whenever someone's asking you something, don't take it lightly because it can alter the direction you are purposed to go in. And so, like I said, we take that three-letter word sometimes lightly. Somebody asks us a question. Oh, yes, we can do that. No problem. We commit ourselves to a thing and it could take us off course. But let's get into it, okay? A little more. So many of us were exhausted, not because we're doing bad things, but because we said yes to too many things. Don't be a yes person. Don't be a yes person feeling like you have to obligate because you don't know the power of no. Make sure you go back and listen to that coffee brew for the power of no. All right? Um you don't have to say yes to everything. Really, you should think about it. And some things, it could be a big ask that they want you to commit to, but really pray on that thing and see if it's going to keep you in alignment in the direction you're going in, or is it going to detour you to go a different way that then has to bring you all the way back, which is time, energy, resources, finances sometimes. All right. Or you hold on to it for so long that you just don't know how to say no. And I could tell you plenty of personal stories with me wanting to make sure the person was good. They're good. But I'm sitting here like, why did I do this? Why did I do this? Why did I make this commitment? Because now it's put me on the back burner for what God is assigning me to do just to make sure somebody else is good. Which, if you think about it, it puts you out of alignment even with God. Actually, it becomes a little disobedient if God has called you to do a thing in that season, that time, but you're going to put him on the back burner for the purpose of making sure somebody else is good. And you know what? It might not even work out because you're not in alignment or you're not in order just by being obedient. So when I say yes, those three little words has weight to it, it has weight to it. And so, just some feedback. That is why before I give someone a yes, I have to pray about it. Wise, wise advice. All right. So it says, so let's continue on, right? And I really, as we're talking about this, I really want you to think about what scenarios, what situations, maybe even right now today someone has asked you of your time and you have to make a decision, to say yes, to say no, to say, you know what, let me think about that and I'll get back to you. But I really want you to put yourself in a lot of these different coffee brews to really see how it may align in your own personal life, right? Or how it may cause you to think back on, man, I could have did that differently, or maybe if I had some information I would have gave a different response. Whatever it is, however it may fit your needs where you are, just to see if it applies to your life, because I know I'm a first partaker of all these coffee breaks that we have in these different brew topics. And so when I think about sharing this information, I'm always thinking about my own personal situation, my own life, and where this could have helped me if I had the information early on. But here we are today. So let's get back into the topic. So, once again, what are you saying yes to that you should have paused or prayed about? Okay. Many of us are exhausted, but because It's not a bad thing, like we talked about. Um, we've said yes to too many things. And so that's something for you to evaluate for your own personal life, right? But we've given our yes to an obligation instead of alignment. This thing doesn't align with me. And, even as I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about one of my mentors and coaches. He's a champion leader, champion coach, teaches on leadership, Dr. Shazier, Vernon Shazier. And so, he gave me an example some years ago, and it's something he'll share in his own podcast that's coming also that I'm joining him on. So he talked about if I'm in a car and I'm going one direction, and I may have shared this in another brew, but he said, if I'm going in one direction and you decide you want to take this ride with me, I'm letting you know right now, I'm not getting off your exit because I am focused in the direction that I'm going in. Now it's up to you if you want to jump in this car with me, but I'm getting off my designated exit. Okay. And so if you want to go all the way to that exit, so be it, and figure out your way from there. But I'm not stopping. And what that showed me is that one, he was focused and clear that when I'm on a course, my yes to do things could derail me. It could take me off course. It could set me back. So I'm going to stay focused on course. And so it allowed me to see how powerful a yes is. And then also being able to say yes to something that is going to cause me to have to say no to something that once again could set me in a wrong direction that I'm going in. So make sure you check out that brew that talks about the power of no, because it's okay without guilt to say no to things. Everything's not for you. I had to learn that the hard way, because what will happen, you will exhaust yourself to no end. Exhaust yourself by making sure others are in a good place, they're good, and they're on course for whatever, is designed for them. But in the meantime, it wasn't really assigned for me to do. So I want you to just think about those things. But let me kind of come to a close to this because we're already over 15 minutes, right? So, um, pretty much. And like I said, I always keep my notes on the side because it's so much good information. I don't want to forget it. So, yes, I'm just going back through my notes so I can make sure we have everything. So, we've given ourselves yes to an obligation instead of alignment, to people pleasing instead of purpose. And now we're wondering why we feel so stretched. That's what I was talking about. You could burn yourself out. That's another coffee brew you should check out, okay? That we talked about. So here's the truth. Your yes should be sacred. Your yes should be selective. Your yes should serve your purpose, not just your pressure. Think about it. The pressure we put on ourselves when we know there's a no in us, but we just feel obligated to say yes. Pressure on us now trying to have to fix things, do things, and all that other stuff. But hey, really, I want you to think about your yes has weight. Okay. And there is power in saying no. So, hi, Sharon. Thank you for joining. Sharon is another one of my long time authors with her series of Delia that you got to check out. So, but in coming to a close, I really just want to say every time you say yes to something outside of alignment, you're saying no to something that may be divinely assigned. I know, Penny, right? Sometimes. Sometimes you're saying no to what God has purposed for you because you have put yourself out of alignment by trying to help someone else. And it's not designed for you to do that in that season, that moment. All right. So today's coffee break is your gentle but bold reminder. Before you agree, respond, commit, or co sign, pause and ask, is this yes worthy of my future? Hmm. Because the power to elevate or exhaust your purpose lies in your next yes. Let me say that again. because the power to elevate or exhaust your purpose lies in your next yes. So I just want you to sip slow, decide intentionally, say yes only when your spirit agrees. Y'all got that? I hope y'all got that. Okay, this was a little longer, this coffee brew, because I wanted to talk a little bit and celebrate some of the authors and their new book projects coming to market. But please, if you need to play this back, play it back. If there's any notes you need to take from it, take the notes. But understand, please understand. Let's go back to the title. Your yes has weight. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Just want to just a few things from some of the comments. Thanks, Sharon. I thought this was a powerful message too, because I know I'm guilty of saying yes more than I need to, right? um, but thank you all. Thank you all for taking the time to be a part of this community, joining the community, and just showing up for me. I've made a commitment to really work on making sure I show up. I show up, and what I'm finding out, as long as it took me to come to this place of doing a live every day, I'm happy that I said yes, because I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. And if I can be truly honest with you, I ask God, God, what does it look like? I have these G spot experience moments on when I'm dialoguing with my customers, my friends, whoever I might be in relationship with. And it's like these aha moments, right? Of God showing himself in those situations, in those conversations. And I just said, God, please show me, how can I capture this and bring it to the community, just share it with the world. And here we are today. So it took me years to get to this place, but I'm glad I said yes. And on that note, thank you so much. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow when we have special guest Dr. Tenaria Drummond Smith in the studio as we talk and share her new book, Putting It Down in the Kitchen. So I will see you tomorrow. Thank you all for those. And as you can see, Penny's getting a little restless. So we are going to call this coffee break uh, the end. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day. And please, please be safe and stay blessed. Thank you so much.